Welcome back to This Week in Crime, everybody. It's your boy, Steve, here, and we got another banger on our hands. As always, I'm with my co-host, Saul Trujillo.
What up?
And this episode is brought to you by West Coast Gardens, the best weed you can fucking smoke.
So good.
I've been getting so goddamn high. I drove down I smoked a blunt driving down to go do some shows.
It's okay.
You added it yourself. Never mind.
Nobody listens to this. And I had to stop in a Taco Bell to go to sleep. So, big smoke, West Coast.
Big Steven.
But what did you order?
I went to a good Taco Bell. You know, you're going to know what I'm talking about. There's good Taco Bells and bad Taco Bells.
Yeah, one's run by Mexican teenagers. Oh, terrible.
That one's good.
I want the grandma run one.
Yes, the one by their parents.
The Mexican teenager ones just dog shit. They don't give a fuck about their job.
Or the whites.
Oh.
If there's too many whites in your Taco Bell, they're not cooking the chalupa.
You need them to be like, I know you got real sauce back there.
Yeah.
Don't give me this fire.
Yeah.
Give me the Tupperware shit you got back there.
Yeah, like definitely there's a Taco Bell, I think on Western or Vermont in Hollywood, and it is the worst Taco Bell I've ever been to in my life. They didn't...
The one on Vine in Santa Monica is dog shit.
Yeah,
too.
that's the one.
That's fucking
It's
awful.
so bad.
So bad. I go to it because it's the closest
still go
one.
to it.
It's right there.
go to it.
What am I going to go to a different one?
They don't cook the chalupas.
Oh, but you got to go to one in Compton that has actual Mexicans, so that way your Taco Bell comes out.
Yeah, it literally the one you get from the Vine in Santa Monica tastes like I'm eating ground beef in a toaster strudel.
It's 5-day-old Taco Bell is what it tastes like. You just made this, just left your hands. How's it taste already gross?
So the one I went to was excellent. Everyone working there, probably 40 years old. But like a dignified 40. Not like if you got a white 40-year-old working at a Taco Bell, they're haggard. You know
They're
what I mean?
haggard?
Yeah.
I'd like either. I mean, it depends. Like, what his optimism? He's like, that's an addict. But if he's like, he found Christ.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a good worker.
Or if he's like special, if he's like, and he's a drug addict, bad. But if he's like, and he's like special ed, that's a good Taco Bell.
You do. If I see a slow person working cashier. That's a good fucking fast food environment. Because everybody loves that guy, and he's fucking And I Am Sam?
Yep.
You got an I Am Sam at wherever you're at? Come
and he's
on.
strict, because things got to be patterned out. And if you're not doing it,
He's only giving you a couple sauces at a time.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, man, but
he's counting sauces.
Yeah, you got to like really swindle him. You got to like trick him with a key jingle to get more sauces, but...
Tell you what happens, though. Old Ted's cooking those chalupas.
Yeah.
So we've had a good little time recently. We've been opening up for, I don't know, the biggest comedians in the world.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
As always, still on tour with Bert. But you have been doing what?
I got to open for Theo Von and Friends in the Belly Room, which is fun. I got that through the store, and that's the luxuries of working here, of even being here and actually being sort of funny. You know what I mean? And I did well. And then Theo asked me to run it back, and then I opened for him at the Laugh Factory, and then I crushed there too. And then the booker of the Laugh Factory was there, and he's like, send me dates. And I was like, this is just a good 48 hours.
Yeah,
it's been
baby.
Great. It's been great.
I like
it. Fucking so fun.
It's great. I mean, two things. Congratulations.
Thank
Couldn't
you,
be more happy for you. Also, breaking into the Laugh Factory is one of the odder, harder things to do.
Well,
So there's no real system.
no real shade on the Laugh Factory, but it's like you don't know who's gonna book you because you don't know who the booker is.
booking
I
it?
don't know who's booking it.
So this last booker has been there a little bit on and off, but been there for about a year and a half. Is a Mexican dude, right?
Nah, it's a different guy now.
God damn.
Stevie!
So if you guys don't know, we'll talk about comedy a little bit real quick. So in comedy, it used to be these things called gatekeepers, and they're normally bookers of clubs. Most of the time, they are women.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. And they're good, and you kind of need this person. Problem with the Last Factory. So the Comedy Store had Mitzi Shore for a long time. Then we had Adam for a while, and now we have Emily. And you want someone to be there for a long time so that they can put their vision in there,
Yeah.
and so you can work. So the Laugh Factory has had 15 bookers in the 6 years I've lived here.
I want to say you're exaggerating, but I don't think you are.
I think they've had 4 this year.
It's crazy.
They had Nichelle. They had the Mexican dude who
He's still there.
he should. Yeah,
He's still there.
He should. I don't go there that often because it's kind of just harder to get in there, but it's a fantastic club. They record your spots. Great to get in there. It's just kind of hard to get in. There's no real path. But
As soon as you get your little toe in, man.
then you're in there,
you're in.
and it's good. And the thing about him is he's like some of the guys who get a job booking comedy, you want to have been lifers in comedy.
Yeah.
And that's what that guy was. He was like a general manager of a smaller club. I think went to Oxnard, was the main guy at Oxnard, then got hired to book there. And that's what you want. You don't want someone coming from a different industry that has no idea about the culture and whatever.
I used to run a Chili's. It's
Yeah,
like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I was a music producer. I was like a movie, casting guy. You don't want that. You want someone who's been a lifer in comedy to book something. And that guy's good too. It's great you got in there. Hopefully you can get in there. Your first set, I'll come watch it if I'm in town.
That'd be so much fun. That'd be great, buddy. But will you be, because it's November 2nd right now, and you got a Coors Light skis.
I did pound 2 cores today.
You're trying to make up for lost time. That's Coors Light. Like if you were like chugging vodka like a detective who didn't give a fuck about nothing,
Yeah,
like right out
just
the bottle,
flasking it.
Then I'd be like, all right, take it easy. But you're easing into it, dude. You're back
Still
from
haven't
sober
been
October.
drunk. Sober October. Still not drunk. Don't know if I'm planning on getting it.
You don't think so?
I'm proud of you, Steve.
Thanks, bud. I think I still gonna and also my drinking is a lot more hardcore than other people's.
I miss late night Steve. Like you got like second to last in the main room.
Yeah, and I'm blackout.
You're fucking 7, 8 vodka sodas
Cups
in.
of tequila soda.
in.
Cup of tequila soda.
Yeah, so like a lot of citric acid has been taken down.
My teeth are glowing
Just
from
glowing.
limes.
And you're just up there, and dude, you'll be up there. Fuck it. You crush, but it's just you just can tell. I was like, oh, Steve's on.
They get a
right
little,
now.
yeah. Sometimes it's just. I think I don't know when I'm gonna get drunk, but I do now enjoy being able to go up. 2 beers and a shot for me is more getting me back to par than it is me being drunk at all.
It's like that's when I'm normal.
That's when I'm normal. Like
the
that's
shaky
best
stuff.
Steve. That's best Steve.
Okay. You should take 2 shots and a beer before you just even wake up. Just fucking.
Yeah, if I could do that, like instead of brushing my teeth, I just smash a cold one. It would be better for everyone.
Mouthwash it with some tequila. You'd be good, dude.
But I don't know when I'm going to do that. Otherwise,
You're back though.
I'm back. It's nice to just have the option. And yeah, so I was touring with Bert. He was sober. It was
He
boring.
came out hard. I just listened to the Rogan where he just like chugged some Glenlivet. He's like, come on now.
Yeah,
Give
I
it
did
here.
see that. The
Give it
first one,
here."
he drank it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, he did say he didn't get that drunk yet, though.
Yeah, but
Said-
he's a machine.
Yeah, he is too.
He's like a lifer of drinking. So,
Well, we talked about it, and we need to. There's a lot of talking about this
Okay.
on the tour because, I've been touring with. I'm not as with him all the time. I think he's just expanding his thing, and it's completely fine. I don't mind that all the time. But I was with him for like 2 years,
yeah.
and it was a lot.
But like, would you ever try to keep up with him?
Yeah, I can keep up with him.
I don't know. I don't know how much he can drink. I don't know how much you can drink.
Well, there's a lot of things about him. Number one, everyone thinks he's like this bumbling moron who's drunk all the time. He doesn't drink until the middle of the second show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then he has fun, and then we start drinking. Then we drink super late. So, like, do I keep up with... I mean, when I was on tour with him for weeks and weeks at a time, I was averaging almost a bottle of Casamigos a night.
Jesus Christ.
To my face. Reposado.
You say reposado, it sounds like you represent. And then you click
Casamigos.
represent.
Yeah, I would smash at least 4/5 of that bottle.
Whoa. Every night?
It's not 4/5, like 4
Yeah, 4/5 of a fifth.
Yeah, 4/5 of a fifth.
So like 3/4 of it, like most
yeah,
of it.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Because I start so much earlier than he does. I will drink a couple drinks before I go on stage the first time.
Okay.
So I'm starting at like 7.
Okay, 7 drinks or 7 p.m. You're starting
7
at 7
p.m.
Okay. Because it made it sound like I'm starting at like 7, just a light 7 drinks.
But
We're in there.
Also the drinks that we get for a while where we go to Starbucks, got to be Starbucks,
Of course, it has to be.
and we buy venti cups.
Yeah, like the bad bitches you are.
Yeah, the bad bitches we are. Like the Frappuccino would be in, and then we make our drinks because when you get the smaller drink, when you're consuming alcohol at the rate that we were, and also we're in a bus, our home's right there, we're not driving, the small cups get annoying.
You want to know what that is? It's the monogamous alcoholic, the Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
It's the guy who doesn't cheat on his wife.
There's no cheating on wives.
Oh, you're spoken for. You got
Yeah.
a Starbucks cup full of vodka.
You know how many limes I can put in a fucking Starbucks cup?
A lot, dude.
6.
You actually counted. I was like, oh, yeah, huh?
6 limes, and it is fantastic.
We're sponsored by Limes.
Yeah. If you want to drink how we drink and smoke how we smoke, get some Casamigos, and better yet, get some West Coast Gardens.
And about 17 limes.
Yeah, you got to have the limes, folks. I'm telling you. All right. Oh, baby. We're starting it off with a banger. ABCnews.com, October 23rd, 2022. Chicago woman faces eviction and is accused of killing her landlord and hiding the remains in a freezer. Sandra Kolalu, 36, was charged with first-degree murder and concealment of a homicide in the death of Francis Walker, 69. This Chicago woman has been charged with murder, accused of killing a landlord who was trying to evict her and hiding the dismembered remains in a freezer, police say. First question. What kind of freezer you got, dog?
Like, just in general? I'm talking, or just for killing my
Well, it's
landlord.
like you got like a LG, a Kenmore, because mine barely fits an ice cream cake. And yes, I buy ice cream cakes. And recently I did buy an ice cream cake for myself. No occasion, just a good time. Could barely hold it. What is she working with?
If she's putting her whole landlord in a freezer, like if I don't know if she's cutting them in pieces, but she's definitely got the meat freezer, the one that comes up.
Yeah, you gotta have
the
one of
like
those.
chest one.
Yeah.
Because that's like that's a Joe Rogan freezer, I call him, because there's elk meat in there.
Yeah, it's
so
elk meat or humans.
Or-
You're hunting for something if you got that.
you got a landlord spine in there, whatever you need.
Have you ever had a bad landlord?
I've only rented from one place, so because I've just subleased most of my life.
Yeah, as a Canadian, we have to sublease.
Yeah, but no, yeah, the landlord itself is not great because it's just this giant mega corporation that buys up all these apartments.
Yeah, and then they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about you. And then like I always have money. Yeah, landlords suck, man. Whether like because now in LA they suck because there's no face to the landlord.
Yeah.
It sucks.
A conglomerate.
Yeah, it's shitty. I would love to chop up Concord management properties, but I can't. Put them in my
I'm going to
freezer.
need a big ass freezer walking.
Got to get to the top. Got to find all these people in the office, cut them all up, and put them in my tiny Kenmore freezer.
I've actually had pretty good landlords.
Have you?
I would almost say I've always had a good landlord.
But this sounds like people who own the building. You interacted with people who've owned your building.
I think also the building manager is a landlord in and of itself. Whoever the guy I'm immediately talking to, like if you're working somewhere, your boss is just the first guy you're talking to.
I think that's the messenger, dog. I think that person's getting discounted or free room.
Yeah, they get a free room.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily the manager. That's like the messenger telling you, like, hey, it's going up. Like, I don't think it's their choice in rent increasing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're the person I'm dealing with.
So therefore, they die.
Yeah, it's like Ronald McDonald. No, it's like Ronald McDonald.
Oh, okay.
Is he the boss of McDonald's?
I got you. I thought he was. I thought a clown was in
Can we
charge.
look into that? Tony, look into that, please.
Can you see the clown, Ronald McDonald? I thought Grimace was VP.
The Hamburglar's the janitor, sadly. He's had a drug problem. I've had some good ones, though. I didn't. The one I got now has been good.
What do you mean? What define good? Like they're nice to you? They get things done.
They fix something
swiftly?
I'm going to fix. I also normally move into rent-controlled places, so I'm not getting fucked that way. If I need them to fix something, it fixes it. Leave me alone. That's all I want. Leave me alone. Fix something if I need fixing. Raise my rent the minimum amount you can.
We recently had an issue had to call a plumber in, and then all the plumbing is connected to one another. So if somebody backs up, it goes into our tub. Oh, it's fucking gross. God. It's an old building. So then we called about that, and then they ended up flipping it on us like, it's your fault the tub is clogged because of your hair. And we're like, fuck that. No. So they're trying to charge us an extra $130. So now we're thinking about moving out over a $130 bill. We're like, if you guys are going to keep doing this shit, fuck. So that's why, no, I would definitely cut up all these people, put them in a freezer.
Yeah, no, I love that one. They're like, we actually were planning on only having bald tenants, and you have hair. Oh.
He's like, the stuff coming out of the tub that doesn't look like hair, looks like shit? That's your fault.
That's your fault. We wanted bald, shitless tenants. Yet somehow you have hair and poop. Francis Walker, 69, who owned a boarding home and was renting rooms to several tenants, was killed, authorities said. The person who owns a resident was actually served the defendant with a notice to leave or eviction notice. Brendan Denahan of the Chicago Police Department. How much back rent do you got to have think of killing your landlord is a good idea?
6-7 months. In L.A., 6-7 months. It seems like I can't.
And a godly amount of money you can never come back from.
Yeah, I can't come back from that. It's required just killing one person and then you're clean.
Essentially, what we're saying is we'll kill someone for $20,000.
I'm a hitman.
I am a hitman for $20,000.
Steve, $20,000. Me, you'll find me on Facebook Marketplace. $1,900.
I'll be
cash.
selling my menudo and
put it in a Carl Jr.
shoes.
bag.
That very well could be possible. Escalated this into the defendant becoming extremely angry and committing this horrific act, Brendan Denahan said. Kola Lou also faces a misdemeanor count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police said she threatened a tow truck driver. I think if you see a tow truck driver about to tow your car, you should be able to fight him.
I don't know. Usually tow truck drivers are pretty big dudes.
Yes.
They got bats and guns.
Yes.
I've never thought like, oh, I could take this tow truck driver.
True, but I've never seen a tow truck driver. I'm like, he looks athletic.
No.
I can run around, get him. He's gonna gas out.
You think he'll gas out? But then he has that bat that they always have, which I'm like, I don't know. I can't. They have weapons.
Yeah, but that's why if I win, I don't get in trouble. And if he does, he gets to take my shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would. You're right. I agree with you.
It would be even better if you could fight. Like if you caught. I think like parking attendants should be like leprechauns, where like if you catch one doing it in the act, you should be able to do whatever you want to make sure you either steal its gold or not get a parking ticket. Like if you see a guy riding it, you should be able to like blindside tackle him.
So you're saying the old Asian guy who keeps giving me tickets on my street, I should just fucking rear naked choke him and then he'll not give me.
And I wouldn't let him tap. I would put him in my freezer. I'd call up Kolaloo. I'd say, hey, was that a Kenmore or an LG?
Couple tips from the master. What do you
cut
got?
at the joints? Concerned tenants called the police to the victim's home early Monday evening because she had not been seen in about a day. They're talking about the landlord. Tenants told investigators they heard screaming about 2:30 in the morning. That's normally when you talk to your landlord. Many of the tenants also told police that they were afraid of Kolaloo. Denahan said Kolaloo declined to speak to police, authorities said. Instead, they said she left the residence and ordered a tow truck to Foster Beach where her car was. Interesting. Tenants exchanged information with the tow truck driver. The driver told the tenants that Kolaloo placed a large bag in a garbage can at the beach. Imagine you pick up a ride and they hop in with a human-sized plastic bag. Saul, what are you saying so that you don't get caught with that bag?
What does the bag look like? Like, is it like...
From what I understand, it's human remains that she had in a bag, and then she got a cab ride from her tow truck driver, which, I mean... pricing-wise is insane.
That sounds crazy.
You paid by the month.
She's like, well, AAA's paying for all this. I'm a member. I'm a gold AAA
Stay
member.
here while I don't mind the smell. I was cutting up pigs.
There's no car, but there is a bag where with a hand and arm just sticking out like a piece of bread. Is it like that or is it like pointy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it like a rib cage against the fucking Glade bag?
I think it's looking like that. Are you using Glade scented? I would.
To cover up something.
There are some bloody rags in the garbage can, Dina had said, which prompted police to send officers to Forest Beach. Cola Lou is alleged to have threatened the tow truck driver with a knife at Foster Beach, which led to her arrest. First off, who uses a tow truck as an Uber? Sure, you pay by the ride, the mile. Just take a cab. A cab driver, you go into a cab with human remains, he doesn't even look back at you.
No, even an Uber driver. A good Uber driver will get 5 stars if I come in with a fucking bag of body parts and you don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
Like the good, he knows, especially if it's like a Eastern European guy. He knows. He knows the deal.
He's like, I got body bags in the trunk.
Yeah, right now. He's like, look at you. We're both doing things.
Hey, buddy. The investigators at the home then discovered the gruesome remains in a freezer. Police obtained a warrant and found blood in the landlord's room, bloody knives in the home. The landlord may have been dismembered with large butcher knives. Oof. Walker appears to have been killed in her first floor bedroom. The suspect lived on the same floor. Truly a horrific story, and I'm happy this woman is jail. But with Dahmer being the hottest show and this crime happening, Saul, you murder me in your apartment. Because you want to take all that sweet, sweet West Coast Gardens weed.
I'll take it, dude.
How are you getting my remains out?
I'm boiling it down. I'm making it into some sort of Steve soup.
Okay.
You remember Breaking Bad?
Yep.
Where this is how I learned how to, you're not supposed to dismember, like pour acid on somebody in a tub because it seeps through the house. I would get the plastic things that you're supposed to get. I cut you up with the butcher knives, and then I just make Steve soup. And as I'm taking it out, I'll be like, menudo for the church or whatever. You know what I mean?
I make my menudo in non-toxic barrels I got from the swamp.
That one smells good. Like someone puts a little finger in. Like, that's good right there.
It's a lot of cumin. I like
Top
it.
notch.
All right, that was another fantastic story. Saul, what do you got?
I got one right here. Man who posed as special needs patient so home nurses would change his diapers, sentenced for perverse deception.
I don't know if people know this, but I am Mans.
I don't know. It's a different guy.
And I got doo-doos.
A Louisiana man pretended to have special needs in order to have women he hired as babysitters change his diapers, was sentenced to probation this week. Do you think he actually went in with diapers to keep his appearance at first, like clean diapers? Because like the issue is that they would come in and then they'd change his diapers and it'd be like he just have an erection.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to shit my diaper, to be a really good so that keep up appearances.
Yeah, I mean, I have to shit my diaper just to get an erection. It's more of a medical condition I don't really want to talk about, but
they gotta open up the diapers like a fucking boner tamale. It's fucking terrible.
Also, how special do you got to be for people to start changing your diaper? Like, what level is that okay? Because I've got friends who are just a little autistic. Changing diapers aren't okay.
I'm talking about full drooling. Like we were talking about milk for dinner earlier, like in the last episode. Like if you drink milk for dinner, you need your diapers changed. A judge sentenced Rutledge Deas V on Monday to 5 years of probation and 400 hours of community service, in addition to having to maintain employment.
I just want to know if Rutledge Detras 1, 2, 3, 4 were also in on the diarrhea scam. Is it a family affair?
Yeah. Imagine he's doing community service, and as he's cleaning up gum under a park bench with an orange vest on, and he's just like, he never has to take a bathroom break. He's like, this guy's a good-ass worker. You don't got to pee or poo once? Nah, man, I got it.
No, but if you could change my boner. That's the thing with adult feces, too. It's squirting out the front,
Oh.
Okay.
But the whole point was just to have women come over and change him. I don't want my wife looking at my boxers at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I don't understand this.
I don't want her to, but she needs to. I'm not doing it.
Louisiana State Police arrested Deas, 29, of New Orleans on November 19th following reports that he was using the internet to engage in fraud and later commit sexual battery, police said. Through the course of their investigation, police learned that Deas had advertised on social media to find a home health care worker to look after his disabled 18-year-old brother, Corey. However, once the worker arrived, Deas would pretend to be Corey and have the woman change his diapers, which aroused him sexually. One of his victims, an unnamed woman, provided care for Corey at least 10 separate occasions before she realized what was happening, and then she reported to the cops. Police arrested Diaz November 19th without incident. He's subsequently charged with 10 counts of sexual battery, 10 counts of human trafficking. This is why I'm reading it, because of the labor. Is that human trafficking or is that tricking someone?
Wow. It's definitely, if it is trafficking humans, it's a back road. It's not a highway. It's not smooth. You got to be. Also, the woman, it took her 10 times.
You should feel stupid. You got tricked by an improv actor.
Yeah.
You got Kaiser Sazoed. You should feel dumb. It's the issue with helping special needs people. Like, you got to think like a percentage of the time, this is somebody trying to trick me. They're not special needs.
I know, because that's the problem, right? Every time you walk in, you got to be like, I think this guy's faking it. But you can't say that.
You can't, because what if they're not faking it? Like, that's the issue. Like, when somebody has, I hate to say it, Down syndrome, you know they're not faking it.
Right out the jump.
But it's like, if it's just like, oh, I'm autistic. I'm like, how autistic? Because I know a couple autistic
Like,
people.
autistic enough for you to clean my diarrhea?
Yeah. I know autistic people who just like sing lyrics bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like go on Facebook Live too much. But there's no way this type of, no. This is on you for getting tricked by a.
Also, how old was he? He was in
29.
29, said he was 18. Sometimes special ed people do age odd.
Yeah, this 18-year-old's got gray pubes.
Yeah. I can see that, though,
I don't know
They're
about
kind
that.
of an ageless. I feel like special ed people are ageless. They either always look old or they always look young.
Have you ever seen a especially disabled with gray hair? You're like, wow, look at you living this long.
That is true.
Living this long. You must have parents who are in hell right now.
Yeah, you never see him with gray hair.
I love how you pondered on that.
So I'm trying to think of, because listen, I've changed a lot of diapers and jerked off a lot of special ed dudes, and I've never seen
None of them
one.
gray hair.
All right, we got a little cartel bomb coming in. Oh, you got a little more on that?
We're done.
Cool. Got a little cartel bomb. This one, it's a cartel bomb. Footage shows infamous Mexican cartel leader shot by killer clown at his own birthday party. This guy's from Narcos. You know him. Francisco Rafael Arellano Felix was the leader of the Tijuana cartel, which was established in the late 1980s by Felix and his 7 younger brothers. An infamous Mexican drug lord, Francisco Rafael Arellano Felix, was assassinated at his own 64th birthday party by a killer clown who shot up the venue and then fled on this day 9 years ago, October 18, 2013. Francisco Rafael was the cartel boss and oldest of the Arellano Felix brothers, who established and led the Tijuana cartel in the late 1980s. Saul, what's worse than getting killed by a clown?
Just being near a clown. I have a clown phobia.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them. I've had it since I was a kid. It's the hack. Like I went to a circus as a little kid. The clown, just not a. And what happened was it was a bad clown. Like it was a dude who was dressed terribly as a clown. I have vivid memories of it. He's just like he's just honking a horn that doesn't honk all the way, and he smelled bad. So that was my first interaction with a clown, and then I saw it right after that. So back to back bad interactions with clowns.
I would like to know a good interaction with a clown.
It's all pretty terrible.
Yeah, this clown came up, gave me a joint. We talked about philosophy, then he left.
So far, clowns can't really do much. They're scary and they can't rap. Like they're never, you know what I mean? Like it's terrible.
What would be worse than getting killed by a clown? James Corden. Imagine James Corden was the guy who murdered you. You're just chilling there, singing a song in your car.
James Corden in clown makeup. How about that, huh? Clown James Corden. That'd be very upsetting.
James Clouden?
James Clouden comes up to you. He's like, oi! And you're like, can I do stand-up? No!
You
You're
need to stand up for yourself? Damn, no. In the early 90s, the gang were fighting with rival crew Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's Sinaloa cartel after they tried to take power over Tijuana. The war between the two drug lords peaked when Tijuana cartel gunmen attempted to murder El Chapo at a Guadalajara International Airport on May 24th, 1993. Instead of doing that, they accidentally shot Juan Jesus Posados Ocampo, who was a highly regretted Roman Catholic church. On this day, October 18, 2013, Rafael Francisco was celebrating his 64th birthday at a Ocean House banquet hall in Los Cabos. Among the 100 or so attendees were his wife, children, and friends, as well as a number of prominent figures in Mexico.
Jesus Christ.
As we will see, hopefully Tony will be able to put this in the episode. About 30 seconds into the clip, a man wearing a blue clown costume and a pink wig strolls in front of the camera. Then there's panic as the cameraman stops filming those around him. That was the shot of the clown right here. This is the man who shot.
It's got Bigfoot footage of the clown.
It's got Bigfoot footage. He was summoned by a man noodling.
Ooh.
Now keep your eyes out for a guy with pink hair and a blue outfit.
Apologies, it was filmed on a burner phone.
Yeah, it's a Nokia. Someone's playing Snake. There he
Holy
is.
shit. That's just scary in general.
But I do think Mexicans love clowns.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. I don't understand their love for clowns because it's never like a good clown. It's never like a welcoming Ronald McDonald clown.
No, it's like your uncle and you just had a weird
it's
thing.
Chivo the clown. He's here to be loud and drunk. It's fucking terrible.
You know what it is Mexican people's affinity for clowns is English people's affinity for men in dresses.
Yeah,
You know, they both think they're both very funny, and I don't understand it. So we're gonna keep this going. Oh. Everyone's noticing now something bad happened. Now they're all freaking out.
We got Cloverfield footage.
You just heard a gunshot.
And they're still playing that music.
I would ask for my deposit back on the mariachi band, but you guys play through like the Titanic's going down.
Yeah, those.
They stop. They're like, "Ay, Dios mío!" Like, nah.
You keep going, dog. I want to die. When I die, I want to hear a.
There's got to be a soundtrack to my murder.
Man, that was fucked up, though.
Like, it was just scary just seeing. It was like a scary movie when you don't see the monster all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see him do the thing, but you see a little peek of him. It was like a Jordan Peele movie. That shit was crazy.
Gunshots can be heard, followed by screams. According to witnesses, more gunshots were heard outside the hall as the killer clown fired to scare away any one of Francisco Rafael's sons who gave chase. Saul, my question to you. How many costumes did the killer go through before he got to the clown?
It's like a fucking 80s montage. He's like construction worker. No bueno. No bueno. He comes out. He's like a Native American. Ay, cabrón, qué chistoso.
You know, he came out as a fucking mariachi guy, and he's like, come on!
We hacks here? We hacks? No,
All right, what do we got? A clown?
And then it's just the love for clowns. They're like, me gusta, sí, sí.
Came out as a guy in a bee. They're like, come on, that's Simpsons. Get out of here. He then fled in a black SUV. A murder investigation was launched immediately with the autopsy revealing that Francisco Rafael died from a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, when the bullet in his head. Do you think it was like a regular gun or was like a fucking, you gotta smell the flower? Smell the flower and then you'd see a magic trick. It should be hella funny.
Oh, Lord, that's terrible. Although it isn't exactly clear who pulled the trigger, most theories point to the drug lord's old enemies in the Sinaloa cartel. In January 2014, the PGR stated that the alleged mastermind of the murder was possibly Jose Rodrigo Archiga Gamboa, a.k.a. El Chino Antrax, the leader of the armed cell within the Sinaloa cartel. Saul, our resident Spanish-speaking Mexican, what's El Chino Antrax mean?
I believe it's the Chinese anthrax. Chinese anthrax.
Oh, yeah, because this was 2014, a little closer to anthrax. Damn, imagine getting the nickname the Chinese anthrax.
Just getting, like, if you're not Chinese, getting like, if they called me the Mongolian stabber. It's not that at all. That's a wild name to
You
have.
gotta do some wild shit to get that. El Chino Antrax has been arrested on drug charges in 2013, and alleged hitman wound up murdering himself in Sinaloa in 2020. Whew, that was a gnarly one.
You wanna do a little motif? You wanna finish it with?
Let's do a couple more. You bust out one, I'll do one more.
Yeah, I'll do one more. I will do. This one is a little lighthearted compared to clown murder. Women charged with unleashing bees on cops. A Massachusetts woman is facing multiple assault and battery charges for allegedly releasing a swarm of bees on a group of sheriff deputies. Some of them were allergic to the bee stings as they tried to serve an eviction notice, authorities said. Court records show Rosie S. Woods, 55, pleaded not guilty at her arraignment on October 12th in Springfield District Court. and was released without bail.
I mean, bees are a great attack method.
Yeah. What would you release on the, like, not necessarily cops, but like you're like, oh, you want this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pop the trunk on them. What would you pop the trunk on someone?
West Nile mosquitoes.
How do you control? They're just gonna fly out. Now you got a problem.
I'm going to the West Nile. I'm getting some mosquitoes, and then people are gonna come out. Steve's wearing like a weird sheet. I'm like, it's not a sheet, it's a mosquito net. Yeah.
Attack! And then they just fly off, and now you got a mosquito problem.
Yeah, then I did ruin the Lodi area.
The Lodi area. It's like, man trying to evade police releases West Nile virus. You're a terrorist.
Yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do. Trying to get out of jail.
I would go pigeons.
Ooh,
I
I
just like doves. You throw them in there and they just fucking attack.
Just shitting everywhere.
Just shitting, maybe into a deputy's mouth. Like, if you want to evict me, you're gonna get fucking bird shit in your mouth. Okay, the Hampton County Sheriff's Department deputies went to the home in Western Massachusetts on October 12th, where she was met with protesters, according to the official department report. Woods, who lived in Hadley, soon arrived with an SUV towing a trailer carrying beehives. She started shaking the hives and broke the cover off one, causing hundreds of bees to swarm out and sting deputies. Woods, who put on a beekeeper's outfit to protect herself, was eventually handcuffed, but not before several more sheriff deputies were stung.
I love, too, that she's in a beekeeper outfit, and she's just like, no, I didn't release any bees.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Normal Wednesday fit.
Yeah, I'm just walking. The sun is harsh.
This is like, I came from a funeral. This is a veil. This is a full suit veil. I'm sad.
I'm in a time of mourning. Now, I will take my bees and leave.
Apparently, 3 of the officers were allergic to bees. Who isn't allergic to bees, though?
What grown man is allergic to bees?
I feel like...
Grow up.
Yeah. They sting you, you fucking put ice on it.
Yeah, it's boo-boo.
I haven't been stung in a bee in like 10 years. When's the last time you've been stung by a bee?
Dude, I got fucked up one time. I've always kind of been a shithead, and I remember in football one time they would always just find excuses to just fuck me up.
What?
When I played football, the coaches always hated me.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bees. I was like,
bees.
what?
The bees hated that I played football.
It's like, okay.
I was sweet like honey, and my moves would sting your defense.
What'd they do?
So they would always fuck me up. I'll do 2 stories. The football coach hated me so much because I was very good at football, and I was better than most people on the team. So he couldn't really do anything to get me. So when I played baseball, I was terrible.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, guys, we're going to learn how to take a pitch.
Oh.
And then he put me in there, and he threw about 30 balls at me.
That'd be so funny. And then he threw a ball at a beehive. It landed on my head.
Threw bees at me, and once again.
That's really?
Yeah, he threw for literally probably 30 balls right at me.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody else?
Nope.
Just you?
Just me. Everyone watched.
That's bullshit.
So I do have CTE, and now sometimes things don't work very well. So they couldn't do anything to me in football. So then they put me bear crawls. You know what a bear crawl is? You put your hands down, your ass up, kind of walk around in a downward dog. They made me do that during the summer on the field, and my hands, each hand got stung by bees 4 times a piece.
Were there just bees around?
There's bees on the
pollinating?
grass, yeah. Just in the summer, and they got stung, and they said I had to keep walking. And then I came up, my hands looked like 2 fucking Mickey Mouse gloves. They're like, okay, you're done.
You're done for the day?
Yeah.
Or just in general? You're done for the season.
You're
Taken
done.
out by bears,
Get out,
bee
B-boy.
stings. Over here, Kyle, he tore his Achilles. Steve, bee stings.
Bee stings about 6 months ago. Still recovering. Steve, we're going to throw some balls at you again.
We're going to throw them at the bee stings. Hopefully pop them. I have one bee story, but it was as a kid. We had a sandbox in Catholic school, and then there's these things. I don't know if they were sand bees. I don't know if you know about bees that hang out and they burrowed in the sand.
Oof.
And they didn't do anything about it. Like, yeah, there's sand bees. It is what it is. So me and my friends at recess, we would create little like sand bee guns with rubber bands to kill sand bees. So we would get stung. Like I'd get stung once a week trying to kill these bees in the sandbox. That was more fun than it was childhood traumatic
Yeah.
than yours.
Yeah, but I was in high school too.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
You seem fine about it now. Drink your Coors Light to...
Mr. Hernandez, you're a punk bitch and your mom was ugly.
Your mom was a bee-ass bitch.
Yeah, your mom looks swollen from bees. All right, guys, that's another fantastic episode of This Week in Crime. Thank you, Saul Trio. Follow him. Make sure you want to smoke out. We smoke, big smoke, big smoke, big smoke. Check out that West Coast Gardens. Ask your cannabis club. Ask your drug dealer. Just get it in your blunt. Other than that, thank you, Comedy Store Records. My guy, Tony Gidley, John Sosis. See you next time. Deuces, homie.